Hi there. Well, I don't normally talk in my little Lego videos, so this is a bit of a first for me. But I thought for this model I would do a little bit of a narration, as it's a little bit special because it's, well, older than me. This particular model, Model 330, which is a little Jeep, although it doesn't say Jeep on the model itself, but there's no mistaking that shape, because it's kind of iconic to the original Willys Jeep. But I guess Lego wasn't into sort of like paying for licensing to have sort of like named brands on their models. But yeah, this particular little one was sold in 1968, so it's a whole 49 years old. I'm not going to do a build of this model because, as you can probably see, the pieces are a little bit discoloured from probably sitting in the sun. I think it's had a good little bit of play with it, so I thought we'll just leave it as it is, because it looks quite alright as it is. But I wanted to show you a couple of cool little things with this model. Being that it's so old, they don't do things quite like this anymore in the new modern model. So I just thought, well, let's show you how models of this vintage were built and what's different to today's models. So this particular model has only 65 pieces to it, so it's quite small. I was very fortunate that my partner bought this for me as a Christmas present. But yeah, it's all complete. The box is in really decent condition for its age. It came with its manual, which is just basically a single page. Not too dissimilar to the current manuals that you get for like the speed racers. And you can just see how it was all put together in 8 little steps. Just very basic, but I'm sure it gave somebody a good half hour or so, maybe a bit longer, of fun to actually build, and then loads and loads of hours of absolute enjoyment of playing with it. But yeah, it's a quite a sweet little thing. And the bit that I really like is how the wheels are done. So the wheels in the new cars, if I show you like here, all come in sort of like different ways nowadays. So you can get sort of like, if I can get this one off without destroying the whole car, you can see it's got like a little stud that fits into this little bit in the bottom. There you go. You can see how that's assembled. Totally different from how it was done in the old days, where there's like a little hole in a little 2-stud block that just kind of pushes in there. Whereas new cars, we can have this type of assembly as they use in the speed racers, or in some of the other models they actually have moulded pieces again. Like that, and they just all push in. So again, no metal pin. Basically Lego nowadays only really uses metal for springs. I haven't really come across any metal in any other pieces in the newer stuff, but back in the 60s and the 70s, it seemed that the metal pins were the way that they did it back then. I mean, even these models here have shafts that go right through, so you'll see there's a shaft there, and the wheel basically fits on top of the shaft, like so. So there are lots of different ways of doing wheels nowadays, whereas back then things were somewhat a little bit more basic. But yes, really little sweet. Nice little details of using the little blue pieces to for the seat. Another little wheel here for the steering wheel, and then you got the see-through bricks for the windshield, which just like a real Jeep you could take off if you wanted to. So yeah, these aren't particularly expensive on eBay. If you look around, you can find these for around about a tenner. Some of them that where the boxes are sort of like more pristine, will fetch a bit more, including the instructions and all that. But yeah, expect to pay about 10, 11, 12 pounds for a good example of this type of model. I have no idea how much they were brand new, but I would have imagined back in the 60s Lego was relatively quite expensive. I mean, it still is in this day and age, but yeah, there's no records to actually give us an indication of how expensive such a little model like this would be. But no, I'm quite happy to have it in my collection. Like I say, I've not taken it to pieces to build it back up because of the sort of like the discoloration of the pieces. And I think it's just fine the way it is, and it'll just be a nice little thing just to have on display. And quite happy to know that I have an actual model that's way older than me. So it's yeah, just a nice little model. But there are loads of little vintage models on eBay. So if you're into the really old stuff, go and check it out, and you'll be pleasantly surprised what you can find at a reasonable price point. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. So like I say, it's my first way I've done any form of narration, but I just thought it would be quite sweet to show you how things have changed in the nearly 50 years since this little model came out. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.